Guys, welcome back to Know Your Worth TV. You know who it is. I'm your host, C-Frame Lozada, and I have another special woman. Listen, all month long, we're just highlighting these women in the business of entrepreneurship, those that are overcoming the odds. So it is only right that we collaborate with the Content Creators Experience to highlight these women and give them a platform to tell their story and how they got to where they're at today. Some of these women, they're moms. You know, they clock out from that, maybe never have clocking out from their businesses, but it's still got to go and take care of a home. They go through things and they overcome them to become who they are today. So today I have somebody special, and I'm so excited to learn everything about her. We were just able to kind of catch up just a little bit to figure out what her business is all about. But Miss Princess, the owner and founder of Labrousse-Paul Media Group. How you doing today, ma'am?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
Good. Was that a good intro for you?
Yes, it was
Wait,
perfect.
there you go. There you go. Is that a tear dust? I'm just
Look, I have allergies. I was on live and I was just, so I have
no,
allergies, fair
no worries,
warning.
no worries. It is that time of the year. If you guys don't
Yeah.
know, in Orlando, I feel like it's always allergy season. You don't know when
Yes.
you're gonna catch it. You better go outside and sometimes get you some what is it that you take for the allergies? Uh,
Claritin.
Claritin. I always got me a little
Mhm.
bottle of Claritin because you just never know when you're gonna need it. So
Yes. Yes,
absolutely.
exactly.
Miss Princess, so I really want to get to know, and people want to get to know, what is Labrousse Paul Media Group? I seen the name, I was intrigued, especially with those that are making so much content these days. If you can go ahead and just elaborate, what is your business?
So the Bruce Paul Media Group is essentially started because I wanted to help locally owned small businesses build their brand online. Um, I was able to learn a lot of things on my own when I owned a trash bin cleaning business, and I was very successful with putting the word out there across the world on TikTok. And I made the manufacturer of that trash bin cleaning manufacturing company millions of dollars because a lot of people, because they saw our set up and they never heard of it before, they were able to start their own business during the pandemic. And so since I'm not part of that business anymore, I decided to convert it and use it to help other businesses get more exposure so that they can get that same success that we did.
Nice, nice. And so you're telling me that you scaled the business, right?
Mm-hmm.
$1 million business, is that correct?
Well, not personally for
Yeah.
our
Okay.
trash bin business, but for the manufacturer that actually created the specialized trailers to clean trash bins made millions of dollars based off of a lot of the videos that I had. Like I had a video that had almost 7 million views on TikTok.
Okay.
And so I got calls from around the world. I get people that call me all the time to say, thank you. I started my own business. I purchased it from such and such manufacturer. And I'm really grateful that you guys put that information out there because they had no idea.
So this business, this company owe you a little percentage of this, huh?
I'm gonna get my look back.
No, that's good. That's good. So really through the knowledge that you were able to really gain through this time of helping, build that and help somebody else without really knowing that they were going to build to that level, you're trying to really assist yourself in this time. You're helping
Right.
others, right? So you're kind of giving
Exactly.
back through the things that you learned. That's amazing.
Right.
That's amazing. So you created this business and you took it in a different direction. Tell me about the direction that you've taken the business that you mentioned.
So I use a lot of out of this world because trash bin cleaning, nobody even knew that it existed. So marketing was our biggest investment. So I use a lot of methods outside of social media to help grow, especially locally owned businesses, because a lot of times they don't have things to that. Like when I got a viral video doesn't mean that I got a million sales because a lot of those people didn't even live in the area where I provided the service. So what I do is I try to create platforms where they can have 7 other streams of income based off of their one business. Like, for example, they could create an ebook based off of what they learned in growing their business. And that could be something that they could sell. Like I remember we had t-shirts and someone just wanted to support us. And they was like, can we buy t-shirts just to support your business? You know, a Black owned business, we've never seen this before. And we're very proud of you. So I always wanted to create multiple streams of income for one business where you can make money while you sleep and also grow your platform enough to have an impact locally. So the strategies that I use really was successful for us, and I'm doing that with my clients now.
That's perfect. How did Labrousse Paul Media Group actually get started?
So, because the business ended, well, I'm not a part of the business anymore. And because it was my platform, I took it over and converted it into something that was meaningful to me, which is helping others create the same success that I had with their passions. So, the reason why I converted it to Labrousse-Paul Media Group, that's actually my maiden name. Personally, I'm going through a divorce right now, so I'm just taking my power back, and I'm
Nice. Let's
honoring my
go.
mother and my father.
Right.
LaBruce is actually my mother's name, and Paul is my dad's name. And so I'm just very proud of my name. When I first got my name, actually, I found out when I was joining the military that that was my real last name.
Wow.
So it was Paul my whole life. I was in foster care. And so the recruiter took me to get my birth certificate. And then once I saw my birth certificate, I was like, LaBruce Paul. And then when I got to boot camp, they didn't have hyphens. So my name was alphabet in boot camp.
Wow. That's listen.
And
So
I
I'm
used to be
actually
ashamed
someone.
of it, but now I'm proud of it.
Be proud of it, man. Be proud
Yeah.
of it. You know, you share that story, and it's actually very kind of close to what I've experienced. I think I was maybe in high school when I realized. I mean, I always knew what my name was, but I didn't know I was a junior because I was also
Oh,
adopted.
wow.
And I happened to see my social security card. I'm like, oh, I'm named after my dad. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it was mind blowing. And because I was adopted, I just didn't have that kind of connection.
Wow.
So you saying that, it's like, whoa, like it's happened to somebody else as well. How did that
Yeah.
make you feel though at that point in your life, knowing that? So when did you first? Let's go back. When did you end up in the foster system?
I was 15. I was
15.
15
Wow.
years old. I was on the wrong path, and the people that were taking care of me, I guess, they couldn't handle my behavior, and they didn't know the tools to try to take care of someone that went through so much trauma. So that was the best decision that they thought for me. And it actually was a life-changing decision for myself. Even though it was a lot of trauma involved, I was able to build the strength to know that through all of this, through myself and God, I got this. So basically, I've been taking care of myself since I was 15.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
So you find out about the name, right? How did you feel at that moment? What were those feelings and emotions going through your mind?
It was just something else that I'm just now finding out because my mom passed away when I was 11. My dad's been in prison since I was 8. And I really didn't know much about my childhood other than the things that I personally seen. So it was a lot of things hidden from me. And, just discovering and finding out things, at first it makes you upset, but then it makes you like just wonder, wow, what if I had this name the whole time? Where's the root of this name? And, so it was mind blowing, but at the same time, I just roll with the punches.
Absolutely. Listen, you're here for a reason, right? I mean, you made it
Yes.
this far for a reason. There has to be a purpose on the other side. So thank you for sharing that. I mean, people that are in the foster system, they need to see people like me and you that have overcome that, right? There's always this story that
Exactly.
somebody tried to write for us, or sometimes, it was just created that way. And we get so stuck in our minds on, well, am I worth something, right? And that's where the know your worth brain came. Am I worthy of it? People, to me, was I loved? Like, did people care about me?
Hmm.
But now we're here giving a platform like yourself where you're
Hmm.
able to create a business, help somebody make $1 million. You're worthy of something. You're worthy of
Right.
being able to assist somebody, no matter what happened in the past, no matter what happened in the past marriage. Like, you're
Hmm.
strong and better than ever. Correct?
Yes.
How did
Yes.
that?
Like I feel so powerful being alone
Wow,
because
that is. Woo! Tell me
because
about it. Tell
I
me about
know
it.
I have a direct connection to source now. I don't have any distractions. When
Yeah.
you go into that hermit mode and you really get to know yourself and love yourself and really get to know the depths of yourself, nothing can move you. So I feel so powerful right now. It's a blessing.
Going back, how long ago was the divorce?
It's still in the process, but we've been separated since March.
Okay. So
Mhm.
how has those emotions and what's some of the challenges that someone that may be in your shoes may be experiencing the same thing? So what's some of the challenges that you already have to overcome at this moment so that those that are watching, we can make a big impact and really help somebody that may be going through the same situations?
So when someone rejects you, a lot of time that's God's protection. It's not a personal thing. A lot of times they're projecting their emotions and whatever they're going through mentally on you. So that was something that I really had to go through because I have abandonment issues. Well, I used to have abandonment issues. I'm good now. Like I know, like if somebody don't want to be around me, I know I'm a good person. That's their issue.
Yes, ma'am.
And because now that I know myself and that I actually love myself, now it took me to get a divorce to really love myself. Like, you can't tell me you don't want to be with me. That's on you. You know, that's your path. I send him light and love, and I just move on and do my own thing and create a new life for myself in my new path of happiness. And I have that freedom to do that now. So just because a divorce is not a death sentence, a lot of people think that. And a lot of the women that I was raised around, when they went through a divorce, it literally killed them. They were still alive, but they were the walking dead. And I vowed to myself that I would never do that for myself or for my children, because I have 2 young girls. Well, they're not young. They're old, 20 and 24. So
they're young. They're young. Listen, they're young. They just touching life right now. Listen, if
right.
the girls are watching, life is going to, you know, give you the ups and the downs and continue to be strong, just like your mom right now. I mean, years have passed, and it seems like you're really taking control of yours, right?
Yes.
You're taking control of your destiny at this point.
Yes.
You're looking back at everything that has happened in the past and say, hey, that's the old me. Look at me now.
Right. Yes,
you've
I'm changing every day. Every day. Like someone that I haven't talked to 2 weeks ago, they don't know me now. So I don't care what they said. Like, I already have a song that I wrote a song, actually, after my husband left me. I wrote a song. It's on my TikTok, my personal TikTok. It's actually good. But
where can they find this TikTok? Where can they find this TikTok? What is your TikTok? Is it
my TikTok? My personal TikTok is Princess Labrousse-Paul. So that's just like my personal TikTok. I'm actually trying to get to 1,000 followers so we could sit in my back patio and listen to Tiny Desk. That's what I do all day. I love Tiny Desk.
Hold on, we got to put this on the screen. Go ahead, Taka. We're gonna put this on the screen.
So I have a song. Like, whatever they say about me, you know how 50 Cent said on Power? Yeah, I did that shit. I don't care. I don't care.
What was the TikTok? We're gonna go ahead and put it on the screen for those that missed it.
Princess Labrousse-Paul.
SOLANGE.
GE. Mm-hmm.
SOLANGE, correct?
Yes, 888.
All right, let's see. This is it right here, right?
Is it the one with the logo?
Oh, I don't know. I just put it on the bottom, but is that what it's called? So they can see it. They write it on. Do you see it on the bottom of the screen?
Oh yes, that is my.
That's it. All right. You guys that want to see that song that she made of her ex-husband, this is where you're gonna go ahead and check that out.
Oh no, it was not about my ex-husband. I'm not giving that man no more energy. It was about me and my purpose.
Gotcha.
And when God was talking to me,
that came out of that, then this is where you can go ahead and check it out.
Exactly.
It's not about him.
No.
Yeah.
Yes. It just birthed that.
I love it.
But I also wrote something about, yes, I don't really care what people think about me anymore, because I'm changing every day. And the same grace that I have for others, even for my ex, like, I still see the light of God in him. And I hope that, you know, he has a happy life, that he finds someone that can love him the way he needs to be loved. I wasn't able to do that. And the same for me. I give myself the same grace. So that's what it's all about, is living in your grace and giving that to others. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to have a relationship with them, but just keep it moving with love. And that's my superpower, is love.
Listen, we only been talking for a couple of minutes, and right now, if you watching and you listening to this live, you got to make sure that you taking notes right now, because she is dropping some gems. Labrousse, so now that you're in this, what is the exciting to you, knowing that you've taken yourself out of somebody else's business or partnership, whatever it may have been, and now you're doing your own? This is you completely, correct?
Yes, just me.
What are those feelings now, knowing that you didn't need nobody? I'm able to do this on my own, and it's also been successful in a place that we're trying to highlight you, because we know how successful it is, and we want other people to realize, listen, no matter what you're doing in life, no matter those down times, you're going to overcome them. You're going to get through it. And here's an example of someone that was in the foster system, someone that has possibly at one point, maybe, and correct me if I'm wrong, maybe lost herself just a little bit, to then find herself and say, hey, this is who I am now. I don't need no one to tell me differently.
Exactly.
What are those feelings now, knowing that this was the old you and this is the new you?
It's so empowering. I feel so free, because I don't care what anybody says about me anymore. Like, I know who I am, I know my purpose, and I know that I'm pure. So all of my intentions is always leading with love. So whatever, if the ops are, it's war. Like, I don't care what you say, you're my enemy, because I know that I am on my purpose that God sent me to, and anybody that's trying to deter me from that is out of the way. So my path is like, my circle is very small, and I'm going to keep it that way, and I'm going to protect my energy so that I can keep my intuition pure, so that I get the direct messages from God on how to lead my day. And once you step into your power, once you step into knowing who you are, and once you step into your purpose, nothing can move you. And it's just freeing. It's peace. I'm at peace.
You're saying some good stuff right now, man. Somebody's watching, you're gonna definitely make a difference. So Princess, starting this business, what are some of the challenges you may have experienced? So those that may want to start the same business or anything like that, what are some of those challenges?
So the biggest challenges that we had was when we were starting our first business, because we had no idea on how to start a business. We didn't know about taxes. We didn't know about LLCs. Like, we had to learn all of these things on our own. So one of the goals of my peer space is to create a space where we can collaborate together, because I honestly believe a child will lead them. These kids know how to work the internet. Like, I have a mentor that's like 20 years younger than me. You know what I'm saying? We got to learn the new way of doing things in order to make it work, because there's so much money to be made on the internet. So I feel as if business owners that have that business savvy should definitely collaborate with content creators. That's why I'm so glad to be part of collaborating with the content creators. Because there's so much knowledge to be learned from each other, because we don't have that mentorship as people of color. There's not enough Black business owners that are out there trying to pull us up. And from the information that I learned, I want to help others. So one of the main things that I wanted to do was teach people how to get their business straight. The foundation needs to be in order. The foundation should start within yourself, because I think that was one of our big issues when we started our business. We didn't make sure that our foundation was good as a couple and within ourselves before we took another step in our lives to grow a business. So if you got some problems you need to deal with, try to work on that simultaneously while you're growing your business, because you want to make sure your inner core is solid. Once you do that, stop spending your own money to grow your business. Don't do that. Like, figure out ways to grow your business credit. That's one thing that I really learned online. Because when you're doing a startup, I don't care how much money you need, try to get as much as you can out of someone else's pocket. Because you don't want to go into debt starting a business, because that's what we did with the first business. We got into a lot of debt because we didn't know that we could get all of this money, grants, a lot of free money out there to help build your business. Another thing is expenses. There's so many expenses out there that you don't realize. Like, we had to market, we paid like $600 a month just on Facebook ads. And that was our primary source of our customers. We didn't know that in the beginning, but over time, we learned how much we had to put into Facebook in order to have a successful business. So expenses, you got to try to study your business, and you should do a cost comparison to see how much money you can actually make within a certain period of time if you stay consistent with it as well. Because just because you're doing good on TikTok doesn't mean the money is showing in your bank account. You know, there's a lot of people on TikTok that have viral videos, but then the next day they're asking for money to pay their rent. So don't go by off of video views, but you can use your followers to gain access to other things. Like, my intentions with my page is to start bartering more with other businesses to gain more access to things that I need to grow my business as well. So there's ways to grow your business without putting in money. You might have to put in more work, but try not to put your own money into it. And balance, work-life balance is very important, because you cannot grow a business if you did. Get your rest, try to eat right, meditate, journal. All of those things are important. That's important. Like your body is the most important thing.
You're on the flow right now. People need to really be taking notes. We spoke about monetization on your content. We spoke about some affiliate marketing, possibly some
Hmm.
collaborations on things. That's all good stuff. The business credit, those are things that people don't know on the business credit.
Right.
I remember starting a business and I didn't have any money, but I had good credit. And people don't
Right.
realize that, like you said, I don't need to have the money to start a business. I need to have the idea and I need to have good credit. If you had those two
Right.
things, believe me, somebody's gonna loan you some money to go ahead and do what you got to do. However,
Exactly.
having the plan, right? Like you
Right.
mentioned, having that plan.
Yes.
That's all good stuff that you mentioned, and I'm hoping that people actually that may want to start a business take that information.
Hmm.
However, did you ever have a background in this? What was your background before you even got into the
Oh
entrepreneurship
my
space?
gosh, it's so multifaceted. So, like I said, 3 days after I graduated high school, I was in the military for 6 years, 5 months, and
Mhm.
24 days.
Remember how many hours and minutes? I just play. I just play.
Then I sold car insurance for a little bit. So I got my sales training through Geico. Geico has some good sales training. If you want to get a job and learn how to close a deal, Geico will give you free training to learn how to close a deal. And you get paid. So if you're interested in that and you want to do that, that's a great company. The only reason why I left that job was because my daughter was really young and the work
Mhm.
shift that they gave me wasn't working for me. I got off at 11 o'clock at night. So I had to quit that. And then I took a little while to be a stay-at-home mom, and then I went to nursing school. So I'm also a registered nurse. Last year I quit. I was working in corporate. I did everything in nursing that you could think of, and I wasn't fulfilled because the way corporate America works, it is to tear nurses down and kill the patients. Like they don't want to heal; they just want to patch. And I'm not for that. If I don't feel like something is fulfilling me, I don't care how many years of school I put into it. I gave it up. Like I'm not doing that. And mentally, I got out the matrix. Like I'm not going to work for anybody else anymore. I'm going to work for myself because everywhere I go, it turns to gold. Like I'm always a top performer. I'm always like a good person. I'm a good friend. And I always try to expand and grow wherever I am. So I'm going to do that for myself now. So, I decided to end my nursing career and just focus on myself and my businesses.
Nice. Well, we haven't said this, and you said it twice already that you did the military. So thank you for your service. Let's go ahead and say that now. Thank you for what,
Thank
what you do.
you.
I think it's a commitment when you go out there and you risk your life for others. And you're still doing it. Really, you're just doing it at a different level, right? Now you're here and you're just helping people in a different way, and you're still sacrificing
Yes.
your time, your mind, because people don't realize. And when you're helping others, it has to do a lot with the mental part. When you start to
Hmm.
listen to people's stories and maybe the situation they go into may bring back memories. So those are some of the tough parts that people are not going to talk about.
Hmm.
So hats off to you on something like that.
Thank
And
you.
did you feel when you made that leap of faith, right? Because you're betting on yourself at this point.
Yeah.
What are some of the thought process for people that may want to take that? What are those thought processes that you were thinking of, but now you overcame them because you're in a good place now where you can actually execute without even thinking back on it?
The money. That's the only thing because I already know, like, if I have the money that I need to live every day, anything I do, it's gonna expand, it's gonna grow. So that was my main concern when I decided to burn the ships. Like me and my ex at the time, we were like, we're burning the ships, I'm quitting my job. Um, and betting on myself has actually built myself internally more, given me more self-confidence. So I'm very happy for the progress that I've made financially and also mentally. And I'm building a tribe of people that have the same mindset, because when you get out of that matrix of always wanting to do a 9 to 5, that hustle and bustle, when you talk to those people about your dreams, they don't understand it. So I move myself out of that space, and I'm creating a new space for myself with like-minded individuals that know the possibilities and how you can grow when you're a business owner.
This is good stuff. This is good stuff. So now that you have this business, what is your target audience? Do you have a target audience? Is it anybody that you're assisting to build, or what does that look like?
My main focus is women and people of color, because there's not enough of us that have the knowledge that I have to share with others. So those are my priorities, but I'm open to helping anyone. Now, my filter is not feasible for people that don't have my same mindset. So the people that have my same mindset that are a tribe, they will understand me. So the girls that get it, get it. The ones that don't get it. So those are the people that I'm attracting to myself. Like I'm not chasing the paper, it's actually coming to me.
Nice, nice. And how long have you been solely just doing your own business?
Since May of this year.
Since May. Okay. And then
Yeah.
do
And then
you
we
have
had
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
No, no, go ahead, go ahead.
So we started the trash bin cleaning business in 2019 of May. So that is still ongoing, but it has been changed into power washing with my ex. He's doing that, and I'm doing my own thing.
That's nice. So do you have clients currently that you're working with?
Yes, I
What do they
do.
range from? What kind of businesses do they range from? So people that may have a certain
Oh my
business.
gosh. So one of my clients is actually a celebrity fitness trainer. We're actually going to be doing a retreat here on November 12th. Her name is Shanae Norvell. Please follow her. I love her. But she just recently moved to Florida. She's based out of Atlanta and she's trying to expand. And she's actually going to be at the event on the 29th. So everybody will be able to meet her as well. And I also have other clients that are in the works, but she is my top priority right now. And also, Dr. Lane is one of my clients as well. She is actually my therapist.
Let's go for those
and,
therapists. We need them. We need them.
and she has some big things in the works. She's also a top priority for me as well. Our Noir Kitchen, my niece and nephew, they own that business. They're doing great. They're out of Polk County. Please follow them. They have a catering business and they also have a personal chef business. So I'm really proud of them. And I also have another client that is in the works. So I'm really excited about that because we have some big things coming.
No, that's good. I mean, just to know that there's so many different types of businesses out there that you are working with. So people that may want to be interested, they realize, hey, no matter what the business is, as long as the mindset that matches, where
Right.
you're willing to go ahead and assist. Now, you did mention about a business on the 29th. So that is currently this Saturday. So for you guys that are watching live, you still have a chance to possibly be a part of this dope experience that you're hosting. And you're hosting this,
Yes.
is it in your home? Is that correct?
Yes. So my home is actually a peer space. So I rent it out to content creators where they can shoot their content. If you go to my page or if you go to your website, you can see visuals of my home. My home was intentionally created for people of color. So before I decided to create it as a peer space, I did it for myself and for my children to honor my ancestors and to just show the beauty of who we are. And so last year I hosted a retreat with a girlfriend of mine here, and everybody was it was a life-changing experience for them. So I got the opportunity to also put my home on Peerspace, where I'm creating it for content creators to have a space where they can see themselves in every inch of my home and still feel luxurious and be able to shoot some bomb content. I have a big kitchen too.
What made you want to? What made you want to? What got you in that space of saying, I want to create a space where people can create content? Was it just you starting your own business that led you to that point?
I think that because of the retreat that I had last year, that was a great experience for me because this home has been really a healing space for me. And the energy in the home is just immaculate. And so once we had the retreat, I was like, okay, I'm open to having other events here to host things. And so I saw Peer Space online and I was like, this is a great idea. Instead of doing Airbnb, I could just rent it out during the day. And then I could also have events here as well to, just have a safe space for all of us, of people of color, to come together, share ideas, shoot your content, and just to get to know each other without feeling like, you're out of place, because a lot of places don't make us feel welcomed. And I want us to feel welcomed. I want us to grow together and just be in good energy.
That's nice. That's nice. I love it. But I actually want to touch about the event, because maybe those that are interested in the event that is happening this Saturday, tell us about what's going to happen at the event for those that may be interested in going to this event.
So Evelyn is hosting it through Content Creators, and it's going to be it's Women's Business Month. So she wanted to celebrate women in business, and that's why we're actually having this interview, because she is actually showcasing some of the business owners that will be highlighted during the event. And so we're going to be mingling, we're going to be talking, we're going to be getting to know each other and networking. So it's just going to be a beautiful space for us to get to know each other and grow and learn from each other and just enjoy time together.
Nice, because listen, women getting together, that's a powerful thing. So feed
Yes.
off each other's energy. So you guys here this Saturday, October the 29th, if you're interested, you know who to go ahead and reach out to. We're not going to go ahead and put a public address because, as you mentioned, you have to be like-minded. You have to have a certain type of energy and really
Mm-hmm.
be serious about yourself, and take yourself seriously. And you
Mm-hmm.
see here, she's taking herself seriously. She's put everything on her, and she says, listen, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to show that I didn't need anything in my past. I'm only looking forward.
Exactly.
And it's like that, them horses that, they don't see anything on the sides, right? This is all they
Mm-hmm.
see right here. So this
Tunnel
is exactly
vision.
what they're doing. Yeah, that tunnel vision.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I love it. Is there anything that you would want to say to your younger self, or your self 10 years ago?
That is so crazy. So I'm actually doing a children's book. Well, it's finished. And so my children's book is actually a handwriting book for children, and it's going to be positive affirmations. So those are the things that I would love to tell myself: that I am loved, I am beautiful, I am smart, I am kind, I am important, I am here. And you're going to have to deal with me, or you don't have to, but I'm still here.
I ain't going nowhere.
Right. And one of the affirmations, even though my dad was out of this world with his mental health, he did affirm in me that I'm the smartest girl in the world. I used to always remember that. And that was something that helped move me and get me through life. Like, I'm smart. My dad told me I'm smart. You know what I'm saying? I'm smart. So I could do this. I could do this. And I am really smart. I believe it. And I feel like I transmuted that, and I captured that smartness in the atmosphere, and I have it in me. And I want kids to know that in spite of whatever circumstance you're going through, even if you're alone in a foster home, that you are loved, you are light, you are kind, you are important. And we have that power within us as children, but a lot of times trauma just breaks that away from us. And so that's what I want to remind my younger self: that you are beautiful, you are loved, you are important, you are kind, and you are supposed to be here because you're here.
That's amazing. And as we continue to talk, you're just bringing out more things that you do. You're phenomenal right now. Now she's talking about
Thank
this
you.
children book. She didn't plug it in, so we're going to talk about it.
Yes.
This children book, what inspired it?
So I'm very spiritual. So in the shower, I get messages. And that was one of the messages that I got, was to talk to the children, let them know they're important. The whole business plan was given to me. So that's just the start of it. And that's how it came up. Like, cause I always want to affirm in people that they're like, I put people on, and I also let them know if I see something that I like in them, I'm going to tell them, because it's important to let people know, because sometimes you never know if someone actually heard that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that you're important. You're very smart. That was very intelligent of you. That was very kind of you. You're a great person. You're a great dad. You're a great mom. You know, we have to put each other on, and we have to pull each other up, because you never know what people are going through. So I think that's why it just came into fruition for me.
Nice. Is there a release date yet, or are you still working on it?
I'm still working on it. So the book is done. It's just that I'm working on trademarking it and patenting, doing the patent. That's another word I need to work on.
Patenting. No, don't worry, don't worry. You're
But
patenting the
it's
book. Yeah.
done. My nephew is the cover art, and he's an angel on earth. And it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. As soon as it comes out, I will let you know.
And
It's hopefully before Christmas.
Yeah, that's right. That's going to be a great Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Do you plan on doing more? Like, does this spark something in you when you did this book to just do more of that?
Let me tell you, I got the biggest hustle with this book too, because adults are going to be able to use it too. So this is another message I got in the shower. You're going to get it too, because you're going to use it with your opposite hand to practice your handwriting. So most people, I believe I looked it up, like 80% of people are right-handed. And I love lefties. I've always loved lefties. My brother's a lefty, Obama's a lefty. You know, I love creative people. And because they use their left hand, they use their right hemisphere of their brain, which taps into your creativity. So after I got that message, I was like, you know what? The reason why people should go ahead and try to start strengthening their opposite hand is to tap into that right hemisphere of your brain, where you really tap into your creativity, your love, your passions. So that's the ultimate goal, is to have it for right-handed people and for left-handed people, just to, you know, learn how to write with both hands. And at the same time, it's magic because you're writing positive affirmations.
This nice. Right, my left hand. No,
Exactly.
that's some good stuff. And you have to start them young. Definitely, you have to start at a young age to, like you
Mhm.
said, get that creativity, get them affirmations, because people don't hear that at home, and I think that's huge.
Exactly.
That we do start now, especially with the different generation that we have. Um, Spend that time, let them know their love, let them know, you know, that they can be creative, that they can be themselves.
Mhm.
This is all good stuff. This is all good information. So do you regret anything that has happened in the past?
No, nothing, no regrets. Even the way people affected me and the way I affected people, because it was all learning lessons for me. Everything happened for me, not to me. It's just, this is a school. Like, I honestly believe life is like a Mario game. We have our dark moments where we're in the tunnel and do 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 do. But you know, each level is a
That
new
was it.
devil.
That was the sound right there.
But like, I'm just getting through the game of Mario, the game of life. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing the
Yeah.
best I can with what I got.
No, yeah, and it's, you know, I always say that the L is not a loss, is a lesson, right?
Exactly.
Anytime you
Exactly. It
go
was a
through
lesson
something,
learned.
absolutely, anytime you go through something, you gotta start to ask yourself, what was the purpose? What did I
Mhm.
gain from it? Right?
Mhm.
Not that it's going to leave you down. And anytime that I've failed in a business, and people have to realize that, and maybe you can vouch for me, that anytime that you fail at a business, it doesn't mean
Mhm.
stop and quit. It's to gather
Exactly.
yourself, figure out what you learned from that moment, and keep moving,
Exactly.
right? And on to
Yeah.
the next.
Yeah, because like with growing this business is much easier for me now because I've already learned a lot of things with the last one. And one of the main things I wanted to make sure that my foundation was good, that I take the time that I need to make sure that I grow, I don't rush into it, and that so I can make the right choices for myself. Because when you rush into things, you can fall really hard. So I'm taking my time, and I'm not chasing the paper, like it's coming to me.
Man, I got another thing. This is good. This is good stuff. People need to know this though, because I these are things that in business I realize as well. Maybe you can go ahead and elaborate on this. How important is networking and communicating?
Networking is important because the internet is a facade.
Hmm.
A lot of people that you see online are totally different than what you think. Like, some people that are the most hated online, if you get to meet them in person, they might be an angel. It's just that they're just doing that for the internet. You know what I'm saying? Networking is important because um, ideas come together if you want to share it. Like, the people that you see, networking is important when you network with the right people, because sometimes you could get into the trap of being in this jealousy, crabs in a barrel mentality, which I'm not going to be a part of. Like, I want to be with people that want to grow together. I love putting people on. When I learn something, I want to teach everyone how to do it. I remember my brother was telling me a couple of years ago, he was like, remember we was playing with these limo cars? And he was like, when you get older, you're going to get a limo, and you're going to teach a homeless person how to get a limo too. And that's just in my nature. Every time I learn something, I want everybody to do it because I feel like it's the most amazing thing in the world. So I share information when I network, and I intend to gain information as well. So you cannot be the smartest person in the room every time. You know, you want to have to learn how to grow and be the student sometimes. So I always go into a space of being who I am, and the people that I network with, either I'm going to be the teacher, or we're going to be teaching ourselves, or I'm going to be the student. And I just know my place when I'm in that space.
Nice. And
It's
how
a
about
t-shirt.
what is the communication part? So we talk about the network, and how about you feel about the communication?
So for me, I always lead with love, laughter. Like, I'm not going to take life too seriously anymore because I've already been through the darkness. I'm in the light of it. Like, even through all of this, I got to smile. You know what I'm saying? So That's how I communicate. I always lead with love. I always lead with care. I always lead with trying to get to know the human first before I even know their business. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the most important thing. You are the business. Whatever you sell, you can sell it because of who you are. So that's who I get to know when I walk into a space.
Okay. Okay, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Now let's talk about energy. You talk about energy so much. What do you do when you have someone around you that is maybe family, good friends, and their energy is not on the same wavelength? Do you cut them off completely, or do you just distance yourself at
I
a
cut
their
out.
level?
So look, you asking the wrong one because
She said, "Now I'm cutting you completely."
I don't have time for games. Like,
Yeah.
God has me on a mission. Whoever's in the way, if you're not for me, you got to get out the way. That's where I am.
Have you
I don't
experienced
have time for
anybody?
acquaintances.
Have you experienced anybody close trying to bring you down?
Yeah, my whole life. My
Mm.
whole life. And that's where I learned it. Like, you know, the movie Taken?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know, when he's on the phone, he said, I developed a certain set of skills.
Yeah.
Detachment is one of my certain set of, I don't care who you are.
I love it. I love it. I love it. She's talking about peace. I don't care who it is.
Yes, you
Done.
got to
I'm
protect your
done.
energy at all costs by any means
Mhm.
necessary.
Even
And
family.
these last couple of years, I've cut off some people, like a 26-year relationship that I had with a friend, close family members, because I don't care who you are. If you don't make me feel good when I'm in the room, if you talk about me behind my back, if you doing whatever, I don't have time for that anymore. I don't, because there's people out there that deserve all of me, that know that I'm worthy of that love. And if you can't give it to me, you got to keep it moving, because I am gold. I am magic. I am pure. And I deserve to get that love at all times. And if you can't give it to me, you got to change or you got to keep it moving. Now, I have been that person. Like I told you, 26-year friendship. I should have cut that friendship off 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I was a person of second chances. But these last couple of years, I think with COVID, with women, we're not taking it anymore. We're not doing it anymore. Like, why are we wasting our time with people that don't care about us? I don't care who you are, mama, daddy, sister, brother. If you don't show me love, if you criticize me all the time, if you don't see my value, if you try to break me down instead of build me up, why am I sharing my energy with you? Because my energy is valuable. And I know that now. And that's why it's so easy for me to cut people off, because I know I have value within myself. So I don't do that.
Anybody watching this, they're going to be careful what they say when they walk around you now. Like, I don't want to get cut.
You gotta recognize, like, if you want to, like, and I have good intuition now too. So I'm not with that fake shit either. No.
I love it. And you know, I was actually doing an interview, and he was asking like, how real can we get? No, as real as possible, because like you said, there's no fakeness in here. Like, what you see is who you truly get. You know, the
Yeah.
person that you were seeing here, Miss Princess, this is who you're gonna get. This is who you're gonna get as a mentor, as a coach, as a, you know, if you sign up for the media group. So you want to know what kind of energy, what kind of wavelength she's on. She's kind of showing you right here, right? So you can't
Yes,
match
I'm an
this.
open book. And
Yeah.
the reason why it's so easy for me to be an open book, because I know nobody can move me. Like, what you gonna do? You can't do nothing to me to shake this. Like, I have to be myself, because I'm honoring myself by being myself. And I'm not going to sit here and compromise who I am for anyone else, because when I die by myself. I am my own best friend. I've been with myself for 43 years. So I need to honor myself and value myself. So I don't care. Like, I'm going to still lead with love. I'm not going to do it to a point to where I'm sitting here talking about, oh, they did this, they did that. Like, you know, that's it. I observed and I'm keeping it moving. And I'm keeping my peace.
Peace is definitely key. You have to have the peace. Without any peace and without good mental health, you can't move forward.
Exactly.
Princess, you've been giving us so much good information. There are going to be foster kids that possibly, you know, watch this. So I do want to go ahead and just, what words of advice do you give those kids that maybe later on in life ended up in a foster system, those that may never ever, you know, experience family or things like that,
Mm-hmm.
that may be struggling. I definitely want to go ahead and touch base on that, because you did mention it. What kind of advice do you provide those? that feel a little lost right now?
Foster kids, so they have more resources than I did because we didn't have the internet when I was in foster care. Like, I didn't even know that I was supposed to be able to go to college for free. That's why I went in the military. Like, I didn't even know the military got paid when I joined. I just needed a place to stay and food to eat because the homeless
Wow.
rate is extremely high when they turn 18. So use the internet as your resources, know your rights. And if you have an abusive parent, snitch, call. Get out of there.
Okay.
Because thank God, my last foster home, it was chaotic, but it was safe. Like, I didn't feel
Mhm.
like I was going to be physically or sexually harmed or anything like that. So if you have an issue, like I did have one, I called and I got out of there. So know your rights and tell your teacher if somebody doing something wrong to you. You are still important. Just because your parents, whatever situation happened in your life, is just to make you stronger. Just learn from it, but you are still loved. You're still important. And God chose you to go to this path because he know you can handle it. He will not give you anything that you cannot bear. And I am evidence of that. And so I love foster kids. That's going to be one of my platforms. Like, I want to get to a point to financially where I can give 10% of all my money to different organizations that I want to create. And one is included for foster children, one for the elderly, and one for veterans. So I'm really excited to be able to, share my story with others because I'm evidence that you can make it.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We got to make sure we pour back in because life has poured into us in ways that we never thought was imaginable.
Right.
Here we are having a conversation. You mentioned 43 years later. You know, you could have easily gave up a long time ago. But however, you're still here standing strong and stronger than ever, building
Mm-hmm.
businesses, helping others now at the point where you're able to help somebody else because you helped
Mm-hmm.
yourself. And that's strong. That is like amazing that you were able to see that within you. Before I
One thing I wanted to mention, the one thing that I'm most grateful for is for healing.
Mhm.
Um, no money in the world can pay for the price of healing. If you're not healed and you're trying to start a business, it's going to be rough. So put yourself first
Mm.
because that's where you will really lead into the purpose that you're supposed to have and become a billionaire if you wanted to in your path. If you know who you are and you follow your purpose and you're a healed individual. I'm not completely healed. I'm still in the healing process, but I'm pretty good. Like, and I'm really grateful for that. So I just wanted to mention that that's like the most important thing to me.
No, that's good. I mean, and you'll never be perfect. Like you're not gonna
Right.
be 100% healed. There's still going to be those memories. You can only forgive in a sense, right? But it's still
Exactly.
there. It's just how to deal with them because they're not
Right.
going anywhere. But it's how do you navigate through them? It's the most important part. So for
Exactly.
you guys that feel like it's going to go away and like I'm gonna take this out of my mind, it's not. It's something that you kind of
Mhm.
live with for the rest of your life. But it's how you deal with it. You spoke about therapy. Can you just talk about how important therapy was for you?
So therapy is someone with logic that can help you process all the foolishness that's going on in your life. Because sometimes your friends, like sometimes when you're unhealed, your circle is toxic too. So they can't give you the best advice. So when you're unhealed, you need an outside person that is not biased, that has experience, knowledge, and the education to give you logical ways of processing your feelings, processing your pain, and how to make it through day to day. And I'm so grateful for my therapist because she keeps it real with me, but and she also has the experience to tell me the tools that I can use to get through when I go through those emotions. I still have pain, sometimes I still cry, but now I know that that's something that I could pass through. I don't have to sit in it anymore. And that was one of the tools that I really learned, that your emotions are temporary and you can accept them when they come. Don't try to don't try to hide them. Let it out and keep it moving.
Love it. Love it. People have to that's whew, man, if somebody's watching this, they overloaded right now with a whole bunch of information. And Saturday, we're gonna plug it in again. Saturday, October the 29th. Make
Yes.
sure you're tuning in, you're tapping in with her. because you see exactly what kind of conversations is going to be happening at home, at her home. And there's, just imagine with so much more women that are just like-minded, just like her,
Mm-hmm.
from different type of background, different type of entrepreneurship backgrounds, life backgrounds, that you're able to really be filled with positivity, that will be able
Mm-hmm.
to change your mindset. The way that we're thinking is so, so crucial, because if you don't believe that the mind is not powerful, you
Mm-hmm.
might not want to be able to be here October 29th, right? This may be a little too much for you. This may
Yeah.
be a little too much
Yeah.
for you. However, we are, I, definitely respect your time. We are kind of running a little bit low, quick on time here, but I had to ask you the $1 million question, right? And
Okay.
I always end the show with this, and it's, what was that know your worth moment that led you to believe that this is who I am and no one's going to tell me any different?
Um, I've had so many know your worth moments. The biggest one that I'm so grateful for is my divorce. Because when you're standing alone and you see people, like during divorce, you really see who people really are. When you go through stuff, that's why I need soldiers around me, because when shit go down, I don't need no flaky people. You really see people for who they are. So what I found is the power in being alone, the power in sitting still. Like when all of this drama started, God spoke to me and told me to be still. And that's when
Wow.
I was able to hear the voice of God
Hmm.
and process and get through this, because it could have been, I could have easily been dead. You know what I'm saying? So that is something that I learned was, if you could ride alone, if you get you the right team, y'all can change the world.
Absolutely. I, saying that, I actually remember this gentleman, when I used to be a general manager years ago. He told me, I can't work for you. He says, you're great at what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And it was an older guy. I was like maybe 20 years old. He was like in his 50s. And, I think it was maybe that is what kind of led him to believe that we couldn't work together. But he's like, when you find the right team, you're unstoppable. And you just said it,
Exactly.
right? When you find the right team, you're unstoppable. But
Mm-hmm.
however, if you don't know who you are and what type of people you should have around you, then you're
Yes.
never going to get to that point. But you
Right.
mentioned it throughout this whole time. Find you first. You
Yes.
matter. And until you don't find you, there's no way that you're even able to help somebody else.
No.
And she says it, I say it, because it is so big that no matter what has happened, someone's tried to write us your story. Take that pen back, that pencil, whatever it may be, and start
Mm-hmm.
to create your lane, your story, your
Mm-hmm.
narrative of what life looks like. Don't ever
Mm-hmm.
allow somebody else to write that for you. And I mean,
Exactly.
this is right here. This is, you're living proof of that. And
Yes.
it may
I'm
have
so
taken some
grateful.
years. Maybe it took years, but we're giving you the ability to, if you're 20 years old, to start now. You're
Yes.
never too old to get started.
Mhm. Never, never. I remember when I was in nursing school, we had a classmate that was 67-year-old with liver cancer. And she graduated. Like, it's never too late to accomplish the goals. Like, that's why I love TikTok. Like, these influencers that are showing their lives and what they're doing, it motivates you to see the possibilities of that. I actually have a family member that was in a homeless shelter that used to show my videos to the people of us doing the trash bin cleaning process, and they were just like so amazed to see a Black man own a business. Like, some people don't even know that we can do what we're doing now, and we have the sky is the limit. Like, I'm just so excited.
I'm excited. I mean, we can go on forever.
Yeah.
However, again, I know we both got things to go do. I would
Yes.
actually be there again October the 29th. I believe Evelyn wants us to continue this conversation. So you'll see more conversations between the both of us. I think you're a special individual. I
So are
love what
you.
you're doing.
Thank
The
you.
platform that you're able to give other people. And now that you've been able to find yourself to help other people find themselves. And now you're able to help people start a business. Like, you're really helping people in so many different ways, and we need people like you. Things that we didn't have, you're making sure that other people do have. So I truly do thank you. But before we go, where social media can people find you, up to either book a consultation or book you
Mhm.
to through the media group? Give us all those social media platforms people can find you.
Okay, so on TikTok and on Instagram, it's LaBrousse-Paul Media Group. I also have my personal page. I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers because I think I want to make that more like chill out vibe type situation where I have these type of conversations on there too. And that's Princess Solange 888. I just started Facebook again because you know when you get in a divorce, you want to cut everybody off. So I just clean slate and started running Facebook page. I finally got back on for business purposes. So I think I'm gonna start putting like motivational videos on there too, and then I'm also gonna create a Facebook page for my business as well. But my email is princesssolange888 at gmail.com. If you want to send me an email for a free consultation, I could get you on the schedule. And if you're in the Central Florida area, I have a special service where I can actually film because I'm very creative with my film. I think that's how I was able to go viral too, where I could come and film as well and show you how to film your videos to get more engagement.
Nice, nice. Well, if you guys missed the email, it is dropping down below. You guys can see it down here. So you guys can go ahead and reach out to her. You can see what kind of work she's doing. You can see that she's not making this up. She's lived this life. She's lived a life where some people give up, and she hasn't given up on herself. So if you're in a place where you feel that you want to give up and you just need someone to talk to, then reach out to her. You see, she's giving you all the different type of platforms you can reach her. She's also giving you her personal email where you can reach her. Make sure that you guys do follow to see the type of content, to be uplifted. Again, for any of those women that want to be a part of the event, October the 29th, that is this Saturday for you guys that are watching live. You guys want to be there. This is going to be a life-changing event.
Yes.
Miss Princess,
Yes.
I thank you for your time. You have been so
Thank
amazing.
you.
And I would
Thank
definitely see
you.
you on Saturday. For you guys that are still
Yes.
watching, make sure that you guys do subscribe. Make sure that you guys do go ahead and hit the like as well. And also turn on your notifications that you can see any dope interviews that we have all month long, as well as running into the month of November with amazing women like Princess. Again, Princess, thank you so much. And for you
Thank
guys
you.
watching, it's been a pleasure. We'll see you
It's
next
been
time.
a pleasure. God bless.